I just ripped open a package I got in the mail for myself, and holy shit, am I excited about this. Yeah, that's just gonna live right up there on the PC. It's supposed to like sit on something, so I'll just have it sit on the computer. And yeah, this is cool. If you never played Nier Automata, go give that game a try. And since this figure's for me, now I'm thinking, since I do repaints, should I just give this one a matte coat and just make it a little more premium? Because like this glossy plastic right here, I don't think it looks very good. So I might give this a matte coat for myself. Holy shit, it's so nasty outside. Getting to this station, I'm already gasped. like I do have a 20-minute walk, and that's a pretty long walk in the heat. But today it was, holy shit, dog. I'm definitely need a shower at the gym, so it's gonna cut into our workout a little bit, but can't be going into work smelling rank. Oh look, it's the Nara train with all the deer on it. I love this train, and then the inside the handles have little deer on them. Alright, we're at the gym. I'm pretty cooked already. Damn. So what we're gonna do today is, I'm not gonna try to max out on the bench press. I'm gonna do a 5 to 8 rep range. So I'm gonna go around 85 kilograms, do 3 sets of that, and then 3 sets of weighted pull. What I really like about that workout I did right there is just 3 exercises that covered all my bases. Bench press hit my chest and triceps. The neutral grip pull-ups hit like biceps, all my back, my lats, everything like that. And just did 1 accessory lift, the rear the lateral raise in my side delts, and then covered all of our bases. Right. Forgot it's a national holiday. It's Ocean Day. So I'm gonna smack down this fish sandwich. Alright, back home now, and tonight's agenda, we have a lot of side hustle stuff to work on tonight. So we're just gonna get started. First thing we're gonna get started on a layer of. Okay, ready to go. I got 4 figurines right here, ready to go. They already have a matte coat on them. I'm gonna hit it with first a layer with a hand brush just to get in the lines that we want. We're gonna use this Mr. Color 51. This is a pale brown, and it's like a darker flesh color. This is what we're going for to make those shadows. So we put this on very lightly, and then we'll first go on the deepest parts of where the shadows will be. We'll put on with a hand brush, and then we'll go over with the airbrush to just make it a smooth gradient. And you might be wondering, hey Willie, how come all the figurines you're painting and reselling, Why are they all like bikini girls? Well, I would love to paint characters like Goku, Luffy, things like that. That'd be cool, but this is what makes the money, y'all. You know what time it is. You know what people be buying. All right, so in this palette here, just this part right here, I got a couple drops of this pale brown, and then we got a few, like double the amount, or even like a little more than double, not triple, but double of this leveling thinner. This is used for airbrush, but it also works by hand too. And this is not a derogatory term. This is the scientific word of what this is. This is a paint retarder. So what that means is like it lessens up, and yeah, you could figure out what that means. So I got this brush cleaned off. This is a very fine brush, and what I'm gonna do is take this paint in very light coats. And see, here's a sample figure right here. You see like the crevices on the body right here? What we want to do is we want to put shadows in there. So we like want to deep, like there's already kind of a shadow like from just the actual lighting. But what we want to do is we want to deepen these shadows and then give it a gradient. And that makes the skin look a lot more like photorealistic. And this paint actually darkens up a lot when it dries. But like see these spots right here, just gonna kind of go in lines like this and just like dap that in there. Yeah, there we go. And I don't have to be perfect with this because this is just the initial coat where we put into like these deep shadows right here. And then when we go in with the airbrush, we just like hit it with a quick spray right there. And it deepens that even more, and then deepens like the outer parts of that, and that will give us that gradient we're looking for. The hand brush also lets us do things like the belly button. I don't know if this is focusing at all because I'm holding the camera. Like with the I can't just get a line in here with the airbrush, so we gotta go in with the hand brush just like this. Make this line go up the ab line, and then yeah, we get some nice shadowing right there. When we're going with the airbrush, it's gonna look really, really nice. Yeah, that's how I do it. And now figurines like this, I think it's pretty obvious where the shadows go. While we let those layers dry, we actually have a couple orders to pack up. One Pokemon card order, one figurine order, and maybe another figurine order will be ready to pack up tonight, just waiting for the buyer to fully purchase the item. I had two of these. I painted one red, and the one I painted red sold for $4,000. This one sold for $5,500 right here, so I'm pretty juiced off that. And then right now I'm going to pack up this Super Sonico figure. This one sold for just $3,100. We make a tiny profit off this, but profit's profit, baby. Really waiting for a bidder on this Dark Magician Girl figurine. Like this is the one that's gonna make big money. Now let me show you why a figurine like this is a bad buy. So you see the sitting pose it has when it's sitting down? So here's the box that cost me 400 yen to ship in. Do you see the problem we're having here? So why yesterday I stocked up on all these size 60 centimeter boxes so I could actually fit this figurine there. So let's just give it a check, see if it clears, and yeah, this should be totally fine. But the problem with this now is like the form factor is actually pretty small, so we need a bunch of packing material for this figurine. So going forward, I'm going to be paying more attention to things like this, like these figurines with these sitting poses aren't, if I can't sell them for a lot, they're not the best buy just because they cost me so much more to ship. I mean, the other one I sent out yesterday, I needed this size box, but I sold it for a lot, so it's worth it there. If I'm only making a little bit off this, like this one only sold for $3,000, and I bought the figurine for about $1,200. So then after shipping and cost, and like I'm making like 1,000 yen off this repaint, which is fine. I didn't put a bunch of effort into this one. I just gave it a matte coat, a little bit of shading, and some glossy eyes. But other than that, like I didn't do anything custom with this, so yeah, it's fine. I didn't spend too much time on it. And getting another sale is just good for the account anyways, just to get another good review. So first thing we're gonna do is wrap her up in this plastic foam, just to give it a little protection so it doesn't scratch up against anything. We just wrap it up like that and then give it some tape. Next thing I do, I go from here to one of these plastic bags to give it some waterproofing, just in case it rains or something like that. It makes, even if like the box gets wet, the figurine stays dry. We don't want any moisture hitting this figurine at all. Now the annoying part about this figurine, see how much space in this box we have to like fill up with bubble wrap? I'd like to not use so much bubble wrap because that's just more cost for me, even though it's like cheaper cost. Actually, bubble wrap, when I buy bubble wrap, it's not that cheap. I go through it pretty quickly for 100 yen. Like 100 yen only gets me about like 4 shipments worth of bubble wrap. So might need to order, maybe if I check on Amazon and order more order bubble wrap from them. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out like packing materials. I also had a store I was at earlier today. I found these boxes for cheaper, so we found another cost-saving thing we can do is go to a different store. But yeah, this figurine right here is gonna take up a bunch of bubble wrap, so I'm gonna layer this down into the box like this. I don't think I need to go over this, you guys know, but the point is, what I'm trying to make here is I'm trying to ship things very, very nicely and professionally. Like, I want good reviews on my profile, and we're gonna do everything we can to keep that gravy train rolling. So just layer this down like this. I'm gonna have to get some more. I do have these leftover bubble wrap bags that people sent me. This figure is not gonna fit in this. That's not gonna work. Second, something cool happened. So somebody requested 2 cards for me, like as a bundle, and even though I give them a 100 yen discount, that makes me more money because I only have to ship 1 order. Some legendary human being made this order. They ordered 2 of these Snorlaxes together, so I'm really happy about that. This goes from, if they bought these separately, I only make about what, like 80 yen each on it, like, no, not even, something like that. But when they buy it together, even with that 100 yen discount, I only have to ship 1 time, so I actually make a whole like 250 yen profit off this. It's crazy good. All right, and right here we make a small profit sale with great margins, and this one right here, a higher overall profit and just less decent of a margin. Not the best sale, but sale, y'all. I just went through the numbers on that figurine I just sold. Kind of should have just kept it at a higher price. Now I'm looking at it, I'd still make profit, but damn, like the shipping just ate, like literally ate all the most of the profit, and we ended up with still profit. It's about like 600 yen. That's not great. Now, don't get me wrong, like we turned 1,400 into 2,000, so it's still a good margin. But I'm trying to get paid for the labor I'm putting in on these things. So, yeah, going forward, I really need to pay attention to how I'm pricing things a little better. And also, like, if I just do a better job and get better at it, and the figurines look nicer, then that justifies me charging more for them. So what I just gotta keep doing is get better at this, because like when I first posted that at a higher price, it was not getting any likes, views, none at all. So what that tells me is the market decided, like, because I still had an auction, the market decided that it was worth what I sold it for. So well, that tells me, like, yeah, I could price things better, could take better pictures, but we just gotta overall improve at this, and we are. All right, now on to layer 2, we're getting out the paint gun now. So when I first started these, like, I already knew going into that less is more, but I didn't know how much less was. And even though I knew going in, I needed to have light, small layers, I was still putting on way too much. So just over time, I got a feel for how much paint I should be putting on, and I'm a lot better at that now too. We're always leveling up at everything, y'all. On your other hand, you also want just a spare piece of cardboard on you. And what you do is you use this to, 1, test your paint, and then 2, cover off any parts you don't want to hit. So like when I paint down here, I block off like the clothing with this cardboard right here. You see what I mean? And then I also like test the paint on here, or like overspray or things like that. So I'm gonna go boot this on. All right, and put it on the low setting, and then I'm gonna test it on my cardboard, see if it's getting the paint I want. Yeah, that feels good. It actually feels really good right now. All right, so I'm just gonna go in here. Let's see if I get a better angle of this. Oh shit! All right, just come in here, block this part off, and that's it for that part right there. Other side, I wanted to see if I want this shadow right here. All I do is just go like 1, 2. and then that shadow's done right there. Same thing up here. Of course, we're gonna shadow here. Now, see what I did right there? I put the gun too close to the body, and the air actually blew on the paint. We don't want that. I should take a makeup sponge and kind of just like wipe that up and redo that part right there. Yeah, and then we just give that one more go farther away. Very light coat, just like that. Same thing on the face. We want to put shadows here, but we don't actually want to hit the eye, so we just go like right under the eye and the hair, and just like above that nose line, we just get this like little shadow line right there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then on the legs, we want to hit the inside and the outside of the leg. So we're just gonna like go down the thigh. Just 2 passes right there. Other side of the outside leg, we'll get that done. We actually don't need to cover this part at all. 1, 2, okay, that's done. And then hit the inside of the leg. So like start from the inner thigh and go all the way down. 1, 2, other side leg. 1, 2, yep, and that's all we're gonna do for this layer right here. We'll come back to it and see if we need to touch up anymore. So I need some more right here. I can see for sure. I should wait, but we'll just give it 1 light coat right there, and just let this even gradient happen. Just go a little farther away, so then it's just like a very more light spray, spread out more. That gives us a gradient. And we're just gonna do those same techniques on all 4 of these figurines right here. So this one right here, a little bigger figurine. We don't need as much of a garbage. Come a little close. No, we could go a little farther back. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. This one's the bigger they are, the bigger the bigger the figurines are, the more easy this is. As you can see, you need shadows there too. Also, just anywhere a shadow would be. So like on the underside of the arm, you hit that. Like down here, anywhere where there would naturally be shadows, just add more shadow. Oh shit. So this is a higher quality figure that I plan on selling for a lot more than normal. But as you can see, the shading on this one, like the colors coming through on it, and it's like really clean gradient. Like you don't see like transition lines. You see like the shadows fading into the skin, and that's exactly what we're going for. I'm really excited to post this one. All right, to finish off everything, I used some white paint and then sprayed on some like white highlights, like on the top of their hair, like on the bikini tops, things like that, where like light would be shining or kind of reflecting off of. So we create shadows and we create light, and then we give the figurines just so much more dimension now. You see I put like the white like right here, like on the top of the boob, and then the white up here. Like it just, now it's like so much more like 3D. I mean, it's a 3D figure, yes, but like when we buy the figurines, like the factory seal, they're kind of flat. Like on this one on the top of the hair, we just went like with a couple super light coats of white, and then we kind of got this like light reflection coming off of it. And yeah, you just give like each piece more depth instead of flat color. The colors in the real world, we don't really have a lot of flat colors like on people and on things in the earth. So yeah, it just gives it just so much more dimension. I mean, this one obviously already has dimension. All right, and the last step of all these is we hit it with some clear coat. So we got Mr. Super, this is from Mr. Hobby, Mr. Super Smooth Clear. They just put the word Mr. in front of all their products. It's kind of funny. But give this a shake up and give this very, very light coat. And we're gonna have to come back and do another one before we go to bed. Hey, I'm gonna turn these around, coat the back side, and then do one more coat before I go to sleep. And that's basically the behind the scenes of how I do my anime figure repaints. And like anything, it takes time and practice for me to improve at it. When I first started this thing, I had no idea what I was doing, kind of. I was just like looking up guides and stuff, and I was over painting it like crazy. I didn't know like where to put the paint. I was just like brushing on paint like super randomly, and then just through like experimentation and just practice, like I started to figure out where things go. I was like looking up guides, like looking for exactly where to paint, and now I don't need to do that anymore. I just like look at the figures, like, okay, I need to paint here, here, and here, hit these shadows here. I go start from the top, work my way down, and have a lot more patience. Like I wasn't being patient at all. I know like how to use the tools better, have a lot more control with the tools, and just yeah, like I said, like anything else, the practice leads to improvement. And we're just gonna keep going. Every session I do, I get better at it, and hopefully, when I post this next line of figurines, I could comfortably put that price a little higher and get the profit margins a lot higher than we. And doing like these 4 at a time, it saves us like a lot of time on labor. So if I could, like, I'd like let's say today I put 3 hours into it, like total. Um, and like if we can make $100 off that, it's pretty good hourly wage right there. But that's gonna do all for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.